How are passwords cracked? 1. Interception. Interception involves capturing data as it travels over a network. Cybercriminals use techniques like man-in-the-middle (MIM) attacks, where they insert themselves into a communication session between a user and an application to eavesdrop or alter the data being exchanged. For example, on an unsecured Wi-Fi network, an attacker could intercept data packets that contain unencrypted passwords. Similarly, using tools like packet sniffers, attackers can capture passwords as they traverse a network and then decode them if they're not properly encrypted. Another form of interception is SSL stripping, where the attacker forces a connection to revert from a secure HTTPS connection to an unsecured HTTP version, making the data accessible. For instance, if a user logs into a site that has been compromised by an SSL stripping attack, their password and other sensitive information could be transmitted in clear text, easily captured by the attacker. 2. Searching and brute force. Searching and brute force attacks are about trying as many combinations as possible until the correct password is found. Brute force attacks use algorithms that systematically check all possible passwords by going through a list of potential options one by one. For instance, an attacker might use a brute force attack against a website's login page, attempting every combination of letters, numbers, and symbols until they gain access. With the advancement in computing power, brute force attacks can now be executed faster and more efficiently than ever. Attackers can use powerful computers or botnets to try millions of password combinations in a short period, cracking weaker passwords with relative ease. They may also employ more sophisticated searching tactics like using databases of common passwords or previously breached credentials, which can significantly speed up the process. 3. Stealing passwords. Stealing passwords can be as simple as finding a written note containing login details or as complex as extracting passwords from database. For example, a common method of stealing passwords is through database breaches where encrypted password data is extracted and then cracked using various techniques. Another method is using malware that searches for and transmits saved passwords from a user's browser or password management software. Attackers can gain physical access to a person's workspace and look for sticky notes with passwords or access an unattended computer where a user might have stayed logged into sensitive accounts. These are rudimentary but sometimes highly effective means of stealing password. 4. Keylogging and manual guessing. Keylogging involves recording the keystrokes on a user's keyboard without their knowledge. Attackers can install keylogging software on a victim's computer through phishing emails or malicious downloads. Once installed, everything typed, including passwords, is logged and sent to the attacker. For instance, if a user types their banking details to log into an online account, a keylogger can capture this information, allowing the attacker to access their financial services. Manual guessing, on the other hand, relies on the attacker's ability to guess passwords based on user information. Common passwords like 123,456, password, or admin are often tried first. Attackers might also make educated guesses based on personal information publicly available or obtained through social engineering, such as using a pet's name, birth date, or favorite sports team details often shared on social media profiles. 5. Social engineering. Social engineering manipulates individuals into divulging confidential information, such as passwords. A classic example is phishing, where attackers pose as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. For instance, users may receive an email that looks like hits from their bank, asking them to confirm their login details on a fake website that captures their credential. Another example is pretexting, where an attacker fabricates a scenario to compel a victim to release information. They might call an employee posing as IT support, claiming they need the employee's login details to resolve a non-existent issue. Through persuasive storytelling and exploiting trust, attackers using social engineering can bypass even the most sophisticated technical safeguards. 6. Shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing is the practice of directly observing someone entering a password. This can happen in any public place where individuals log into devices, like typing a PIN at an ATM or entering a password on a laptop in a coffee shop. An attacker might simply glance over the user's shoulder or use more discreet methods, such as using binoculars or hidden camera position to view a keyboard or screen. In a work environment, Shoulder surfing could occur when an employee enters login credentials while a visitor or another employee covertly watches. The simplicity of this technique makes it particularly insidious, as it requires no technical knowledge or tools, just an opportunistic observer in the right place at the right time.